Hello and welcome. In this video, we are finally ready to make our WordPress website live by connecting it with a database. This tutorial is final and fifth in WordPress on AWS series. In the previous videos, we had set up and configured AWS code pipeline that automatically pushes our code to our running EC2 instance. In this video, we are going to focus on this portion of our architecture, where we'll create a AWS RDS instance using MySQL database. We'll then configure those database details in our local Git repository, and then we'll finally push it to remote AWS code commit. Once we push our code pipeline will be automatically triggered and the configuration details will be pushed to AWS EC2 instance. In the last video, we were at this WordPress configuration screen. Let's hit continue on this screen. So we get a prompt which says that before continuing, we need database configuration details. It also says that we can either enter those details in the next screen or enter them directly in wp-config.php in our WordPress home directory. We will enter the details in configuration file locally and commit them to AWS code commit using Git. This way, we will also see how our pipeline triggers when we commit any piece of code through AWS code commit. Let's see what happens if I go on the next screen. It's asking us the database configuration details. Let's get them now. So I'll go back to the AWS console, and from the services dropdown, we'll simply search for RDS and click on RDS Manage Relational Database Service. This will take us to the RDS console. We'll click on DB instances. Currently we don't have any instance, so this list is empty. From the top section, click on Create Database button to create a new database instance. This will take us to this long form with many options. We'll only change some fields here. In the engine options, we'll choose the MySQL engine. Scroll down and in the template section, let's choose the free tier template. Now in the settings section, we'll set the database username and password fields. Make sure to note them down somewhere as we would require them later while configuring wp-config.php file. In the master username field, we are typing admin. Let's save this in a text editor temporarily. In the master password field, I am typing secret123, but you should choose a strong password. Or you can also tick mark this auto generate a password checkbox, which will automatically generate a strong password for you. Let's note this password in our text editor. Now we'll leave storage and availability and durability section to the default here. In the connectivity section, we have to make some changes. Expand this additional connectivity configuration field. In the publicly accessible section, if we select yes, then we can access our database outside of our VPC if correct security group permissions are assigned. For this tutorial, we won't require outside access, so we'll keep this as no. In the VPC security group, we will select create new option as we want to access this database from the EC2 instance. Let's put the name as my database security group for now. This will create a new group by this name. We'll later configure this to allow traffic from our EC2 instance. Next is the additional configuration section. We'll create an initial database that our WordPress site can use. So let's keep the initial database name as my blog. Let's also save it temporarily in our text editor. That's it on the configuration part. We'll now scroll to the bottom and hit Create Database button. While this database is being created, let's modify the security group that we have just created to allow incoming traffic from EC2 instance. So we'll click on Services dropdown, search for EC2, and head over to that section. Here let's click on Security Groups. Here we'll find a row by name My Database Security Group, which we had just created while creating a new database on the previous page. Let's select this and click on Inbound Rules section in the bottom panel. Here we'll click on Edit Inbound Rules button, which will take us to the edit page. Now in the type dropdown, we will select MySQL/Aurora as this will set the protocol as TCP and port as 3306. And that's exactly what we want, as our RDS instance is hosted on 3306 port. In the source section, we will find security group that our EC2 instance is using. I'll type the prefix SG. And we can see now that in the drop-down, it is giving us security group that our EC2 instance is using. Remember, this is the same name which we gave while creating Elastic Beanstalk instance. Let's select this. Essentially, by doing this, we have restricted our database to only EC2 instance security group. Any outside access will not be permitted. I'll now click on the Save Rules button. After this is saved, let's head back to the RDS console. As we can see here, the database creation process is still in progress. This process typically takes around 5 minutes to create this database. So I'll pause the video now. So now our database is ready as the status is available. We still need the endpoint on which this database is running. So let's click on DB identifier. And here is the endpoint URL. I'll save this in our text editor as I'll require it later. So these are all the details that we require to connect to our database. Now we will set these database connection details in wp-config.php file, which is a configuration file for WordPress. If you are working on any other project which is not WordPress, then put these properties in the file where you configure your database. Let's go to our WordPress home directory that we had set in tutorial number 3. Since this is a new installation, they have provided wp-config-sample.php. I'll just copy paste this file and rename it to wp-config.php. Let's now open this with a text editor. We'll scroll down till we find our database details. Here, our DB user is admin, DB password is secret123, our DB name is myblog, and DB host is the endpoint URL. Let's now hit save. So we have finally provided our database configuration details. All that's left now is to push this file through Git to AWS code commit. We already did this in second tutorial, so if you are new, just take a look at that complete course. To commit this file, let's open our terminal. I'll now cd to the home directory of our project, which is documents/WordPress. If we hit the git status command, then we can see that there is newly added wp-config.php file that we have just added. Let's hit git add dot command to add this to the staging area, followed by git commit -m and the message to commit this file. Finally, we'll perform git push origin master. Now as soon as I'll push any change, our code pipeline that we had created in tutorial number 4 should trigger. So let's hit this command and quickly go to our AWS console. From the services dropdown, we'll find code pipeline and head over to that page. And here we can see that our pipeline is currently in progress state. If we click on name, then we can see that this pipeline is triggered and is currently publishing our changes. So now the first stage is completed, and in the comment we can see our git commit message that we gave earlier. It is currently executing the second stage, where it will be deploying our changes to our EC2 instance. So I'll pause the video now. Alright, now the pipeline execution is complete. I'll now switch to our WordPress setup URL from the earlier tutorial. Here it was asking for database connection details, which we have already provided in wp-config file. So I'll simply reload this page. And as expected, it is giving us a message saying that wp-config file already exists. So we'll simply click on Install Now button, or you can go to your home page. From the screen, I'll simply select a language and hit continue. Now it's asking us to provide our new website details, which we will use later to log into WordPress as an admin user. Let's provide site title as my blog, username as admin, password as pass123, and my email address. And finally we'll click install WordPress. So now WordPress has been installed. I can log in with my credentials now, but instead I go to the home page and finally we can see that our WordPress installation is complete. So that's all for this video. In this video, we created a new RDS instance on AWS and gave it appropriate permission by assigning proper security group so that it can be accessed from our EC2 instance. We then added the database configuration details locally in our project and pushed to AWS code commit. The push changes were then automatically deployed by our pipeline. So that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next video.